Hey, okay. I think you guys can hear me now. I think everything is perfect. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back to another live stream. So it's Tuesday. Usually I do 2 live streams per week, one on Tuesday, another one on Saturday. So today is more educational content. So any topic. Yeah. Thank you, Per. Yep. My microphone. Just before I started the stream, I think I removed the cable by mistake. Yeah, so welcome. Any topic, any thing that you guys would like to ask about markets, feel free to do it. If not, if there's nothing, we may take a look at maybe some possible setups for tomorrow and the rest of the week, right? So big day tomorrow with the Fed. And even the day after, we have quite a few more central banks decisions in Japan, in Switzerland, and of course Bank of England as well. So let's see. If you particularly like to trade the pound, for example, you're going to see that you're going to have some opportunities. It's going to be quite volatile tomorrow in the evening, and then for sure on Thursday as well, around 12 London time. So if we recap from last Saturday, a few scenarios that maybe I thought about when I did my weekly analysis. I kind of draw a few scenarios that maybe price could do, and one of the scenarios was actually kind of the possibility of price basically ranging these 2 days, kind of Monday and Tuesday, without much movement until we actually reach the FOMC meeting, which is going to be tomorrow, literally in 25 hours, more or less. We are going to have that interest rate decision, 75 or 100 basis points. That's the question. So yeah, so price literally is still ranging in here. Today we broke a little bit this small high in here that we created last Friday. We kind of broke it for 1 or 2 pips, but we are still respecting kind of this white line in here, which still leaves this supply zone fresh in there, somewhere in here. When we moved down yesterday, we didn't really broke out the structure. We did broke kind of these lows, but we kind of test the next one. So if you just think in terms of zones, I wouldn't consider that we actually broke anything in particular. Show me that price may wants to go further down. Maybe if I do change with the time frame, maybe there's something in there that gives me a little bit of a different idea. On the daily, in here, price took the orders from there, and after that it has been moving higher. Today it kind of is attempting to continue to break the highs, still not. So let's see. I'm going to be curious tomorrow morning, maybe during the London session, we are going to go up and finally take this take these guys in here. And then it's going to be, I will be curious to see how price is going to react during the London Open and during the session tomorrow. Mostly in the morning. Usually when you have these FOMC meetings, you may see some volatility, some movement during the London session. Usually during the US session is a little bit more calm before we actually get to the meeting. So if by any chance we do have price breaking this highs, respecting this supply in here, and then moving lower, that could be one option. Even doing this and then getting some momentum. If you do break kind of these lows, maybe for the meeting, maybe in anticipation for the FOMC meeting, maybe that can be indication that the dollar is going to go further down. It can still respect this all these left shoulders that are being created in here, all these highs, align with this level. Price can literally still kind of break this level, go up, respect these guys, and go down. Our price will just move higher or move down. So it depends. I want to see how price reacts from here. My zone of interest somewhere in there, above this size, and then if price does break these lows in here that have been created yesterday night, I think. I think this is from yesterday. Actually, it's midnight, something like that. Yeah, something to look at it. We do have kind of a small demand in here still. That price can literally kind of maybe bounce, test, and then go down. And something that I still have in mind is that we never really broke this low in here, so it makes me a little bit cautious of maybe I will still like to see actually an extra fake out of these highs before any turn to the downside. So there are a few things that I'm looking at, considering that I will be a little bit cautious of how to approach this level. My favorite setup, it would have been kind of this one. Actually had broken this low, which we kind of opening space with confirmation of breaking this low. That price, the dollar, really wanted to now continue, and then I would like to see kind of this zone still broken. These two engulfs, which would definitely give me a little bit more extra confirmation in terms of looking for sells in there. Sells in there in the sense that from there to actually break out these lows and price actually maybe have a bigger move to the downside. So that's that on the dollar. If not, we may see the opposite. We may see an extra fake out in here and then price moving. So yeah, before the news, before days like this, is going through maybe some of the major FX. Maybe you can even use some of the indices as well, because dollar has been so correlated with the indices, in this case inverse correlated, which you are going to, or at least what I'm going to try to find is exactly those break of lows or highs that may lead to some indication of maybe where price is going to afterwards, right? So that's what I will be paying attention to. Something that we also look at is, so when you have that, just a quick note on a tip on usually what I look at during this news is there's going to be 1, 2, 3 moments to look for, right? So I want to see those engulf fake out, right? To try to define some kind of direction. Usually then we're going to see in the moment of the interest rate decision at 7 p.m. UK time, we are going to see the price spiking. It may break some lows, by those I mean it may break some structure that may reinforce the direction that maybe price is about to go to, and usually you don't see price gaining the momentum, or kind of starting from that point of the interest rate decision to from there to just go up or to go down. Usually you see kind of spike maybe up and down, and price kind of always going to the medium, kind of reversing or retracing to where kind of almost it started. And then yes, during that half an hour, maybe if you see a little bit of movement, wait for the press conference to start. And during the press conference, there is another moment where, in this case, tomorrow Paul is going to be reading his statement, which we may see some kind of, let's pretend that price is the release comes out, right? Maybe there's some kind of, maybe let's pretend that there's maybe a spike down and price kind of retraces here, and he breaks its wall. And then price may goes, during the press conference, price may go out, may go up, which maybe takes kind of 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes maximum where he reads his statement. And then during the Q&A, that's usually where we are going to have some the beginning of the momentum. And from that point on, usually price just follows through that direction. If price is about to actually move into some kind of direction tomorrow, and not just ranging. But most likely it's going to do that. It's going to start some kind of momentum, maybe a new trend. And yeah, that press conference, that during the Q&A, maybe 10 minutes after, like let's call it 7:40, since he starts speaking at 7:30, around 7:40, you're going to have some good pay to look for some momentum. You can go check the previous Fed meetings and analyze it exactly those 3 moments: the interest rate decision, when he starts speaking, and when the Q&A starts, and you see the timings in the price movement. This is Fed. This is the dollar index. Feel free to ask any questions, guys. Do you have any bias? Are you expecting the dollar to go up or to go down, or what you are looking for? Feel free to share with me. Let's look at some specific levels. If you have anything in mind, feel free to write in the chat for us to go through. Indices. So S&P, it broke, right, those lows from September, created new lows for the month. It reacted quite nicely from this demand zone. However, personally, I don't think price is not going to be from here in the scenario that maybe price is going to go higher. I don't think it's going to be from this level. I think most likely price would rather go somewhere from somewhere in here. We have kind of all these lows in here that price faked out back in July, reacting from this demand zone that was still fresh, and maybe somewhere in here. I would prefer to see at least S&P to go to before the scenario that it's going to go, that it may go higher. I don't know if it's going to go higher. I could see eventually the possibility of expecting new lows on the indices. So let's see what's going to happen in that aspect. For today's session, we had this actually is a nice KM. It respected, it retraced exactly that next level. Yep. And this is actually a good example. So price is going down, right? This is a nice KM zone. I think you guys can see the Quasimodo in here. And we had this fresh demand zone still in here, because these lows never really reacted from there. So there is an opportunity to look for a long in there. Now the long from here doesn't mean that price is going to go and go all the way to the upside, because actually, since we are still going down, as I mentioned, I don't think that price had actually kind of broken anything in particular, and where this high actually reacted from, it may be a valid zone. Therefore, this Quasimodo may still respect, but the only zone that it's going to, and this is where it's important to manage your expectations based on towards your targets, it's literally just towards the next supply zone that we have. It can be a supply zone maybe in a lower time frame, but it's literally from here. So you have maybe a setup of looking for a long from this demand zone towards just that zone. If you're looking for multiple targets, at least your first target should be here. And then if by any chance we do break this level, maybe now you have the chance maybe for price to go higher. If price just respects this level, that's it. This is your trade. Maybe just close part of it, and the rest most likely at break even. At this point, I would have moved to break even and then reassess to see how price behaves. But yeah, this is a good example. KM zone, valid demand, fresh demand zone in here. You can look for an opportunity, but that doesn't mean that price is just going to go to the moon, right? So managing your expectations on your for your targets, it's important. As you can see, this was a fresh zone actually where price reacted to. A nice supply level, kind of aligned with this previous level, support resistance. It's not exactly any move to the upside. Yeah, let's see what price is going to do now from here. But yeah, good example of because then maybe what you're going to think is maybe in a higher time frame. Sometimes when you look at it, maybe you see, that was a KM and it didn't work. Because price never kind of created a new higher high from it never created a new higher high from the buy zone in there. It doesn't need to. You need eventually, when you're trading it, you need to play zone by zone when you're looking for your targets. Otherwise you're managing incorrectly your expectations, unless again there is already some kind of engulfs to the upside that maybe start showing that maybe price actually from here it's ready to go to the upside. So yeah, it's not just as a black and white to trade these EMs or any other kind of patterns that you see in the market. So yeah, this is the S&P. Let's see. Personally, I would like to see price going down. I see this zone, this maybe demand zone in here, maybe a little bit fresh. Price can kind of have some bounce from there, and then maybe a little bit more further down. Eventually, if price does break this low, I wouldn't be surprised if we are actually ready to break and go all the way down, create new lows. Something similar on the S and on the Nasdaq. Where is Nasdaq? On Nasdaq, it's actually kind of even a little bit different. While on S&P, actually still like a little bit of a zone underneath for price maybe to react from. On the Nasdaq, for me, in the higher time frame, how this starts to be all compressed at the lows. So we had already all this kind of zone compressed. Maybe this one is still fresh. I want this left shoulder, and this for me is kind of the last zone in here. This last demand. It was fresh. That never touched it, so we did react it from there. If by any chance this low is broken, I wouldn't be surprised if price just kind of feels this. We can have some kind of retrace after the break, but eventually I wouldn't be surprised if price just literally fills out the space and goes down. And I'm not expecting price to, even if price does some kind of reaction here, I think you're going to have new lows if price does break kind of then eventually this low. Yeah, that's kind of what I'll be looking for. On the Nasdaq, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe can be the time to finally create new lows in here. Let's see. At least on a higher time frame, for me, all those lows were compressed. They were kind of, the orders were taken on the way up as price was going up. Yeah, even looking at the daily time frame. Yeah, the daily time frame, there's maybe this one in here. Yeah, maybe some reaction, and maybe this zone actually that is still fresh, maybe can easily kind of work as a short in the future. This specific line in there can eventually work. If it is broken, it's a zone that kind of should have been respected. It will not, so it can be easily a zone to maybe look for shorts if you do have some kind of supply level aligned with that level, and maybe a continuation to the downside. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow. But yeah, so far not exactly specific highs in this case that have been broken. This zone in here has been respected, kind of this one still respected, even this high in here. We broke a little bit this one, but went straight away into the next one. We do have kind of this supply zone still in here. Has been touched, not sure if it was touched or not. So yeah, no breaks to the upside so far. And that's it in here. Euro index. We did talk about Euro index the other day. On Saturday, I think we did again broke this level. And this is actually the new zone in here, right? It respected straight away this one. It was still fresh. And now we did took a little bit this high, collected liquidity, and we moved down. Took this one and moved down. Maybe there's a chance for price to go down in here, right? This is where we have this indecision zone, because we kind of have the break to the upside. We kind of maybe have taken a break of these lows, even though this one respected the next valid zone. Let's see, there's a chance of price to go this, maybe have a deeper retrace and to go somewhere below before maybe resuming the move to the upside. That is kind of confirmed with this break to the upside. Yeah, let's see if we have a deeper trace of price eventually just going to find something and go higher. Yeah, that's for the euro pairs. Yeah, that's it for the major indices. We can go back to the major FX pairs. Yeah, second. There we go. Yeah, USD CAD. It's been a bit frustrated for me this week. I haven't really. It was just two break-even trades or something like that. Nothing particularly interesting. The pair I've been following actually the most, it has been the CAD, which I haven't managed to catch a trade on it. Nice move now to the upside. Yeah, let's see. I will be, to be honest, I think I will still be looking for a potential sell today. Kind of that end of the session, the sell opportunity. I think there's going to be some kind of retracement after this strong bullish candle, Devi candle. I think there's going to be some kind of retracement. So what I'm going to be trying to look is, we do have this high in here, maybe something above some of these highs. Maybe price can break it and then kind of show some kind of relief. It's a nice momentum now. We had this compression in here. It's actually quite interesting, and we can talk about this CAD pair actually, because it's quite interesting what we had this week. So as you guys, I think I've mentioned already, so on Mondays I'm trying to look for a specific pattern, and actually I didn't really got that pattern in another pairs aside from the CAD, which is kind of on Monday expecting price to move a little bit on the same direction of previous Friday, kind of going to that momentum. So as you can see, CAD has been going higher, and where is the opening? And yeah, yesterday the opening somewhere in here or something like that. Like during the opening, London Open, we have that move to the upside, and then the goal is to find a zone where price may retrace somewhere around I don't know, 10, 11 a.m, something like that. A little bit of a retrace, which happened in here. It's still kind of a around 25 pips retrace. Usually it retraces from a really nice, interesting level that is still fresh on the left side. We can show it. Yep, it was from this zone in here. No, it was not from there. Where am I? Yeah, this one. It was. Okay, it was. This one. Yeah, it was from somewhere in there. And what I'll be looking for is kind of try to look for an opportunity to sell in. Where are we again? right here. Second. Yep, I would have been looking to a potential sell, which I never managed to find an opportunity to enter. Price just turned. Price just turning here. I like the compression that we are creating on approach, which is something that I also like to look at. I like the compression. After the break of this one, I would be looking for a sell. That retrace towards here, somewhere in that level, never occurred, so no trade for me. Target could have been literally the end of this compression, which is exactly where it retraced to. And after that, usually what you have in terms of the Monday pattern is, okay, you have the London open, price goes into the same direction of previous day, then there is kind of a retracement during the somewhere in the morning, and then it's looking for the opportunity to look for a trend continuation setup to go long and expect these highs that were kind of created during the morning with this retrace to be broken. That's kind of what I'll be looking for. Try to look for the retrace and then try to look for the long in terms of continuation. And the long would have been again somewhere around this demand zone, which again I never managed to have the entry. It would have been in here. Yeah, there's maybe this pattern in here. You can see the pattern. I had broken this size, which was a good thing for me. Good confirmation. We had respected this level, and we do had this kind of space in here until this demand zone. However, it never really reacted from there. After that, we may have that new Quasimodo in here. But that for me was too far away from the zone that I wanted to look for the trades. I wanted to look a little bit more at the extreme. So I found this pattern on the CAD on Monday. Unfortunately, no entry neither for a sell, neither for a long. I'm no longer looking for a sell in here after we have this moved on, because I'm waiting for price to create a new higher high, just like it created, and it actually reacted from a really nice one. Once more, price just dropped. I usually don't trade this kind of setups. Maybe I could have placed some kind of maybe sell stop in here if price breaks below. Okay, now look for short. This would have created quite maybe too big of a stop loss for me, which I never looked for it anymore. I was looking for something like this to happen in order to look for the sell once more, because actually price reacted from a nice zone on the left side. It was a Quasimodo, I believe. It reacted from a left shoulder in there. Let me just check. Yeah, I think it was somewhere in there, this left shoulder or something like that, or some of this aligned with that level. And the next thing was, okay, so I was initially looking for a sell in here, right after this strong move down. Would I still be looking for a sell in case price when price would get back here? Kind of yes or no. And my answer it was a no. The reason for that is something that you can literally see. This is actually quite nice to see. We literally have this daily candle, the low of the daily candle, and we never really broke this. We never really broke that low when we moved down. Literally, price respected this level. For me, there is no engulf to the downside, and because of that, I was not exactly expecting price to then create a new low. And aside from that, we do have this kind of approach. Again, there is no low in here, no break of a low. Price is still respecting it, and price start to moving to the upside. Actually, during the London Open, maybe it would have been a good entry in there to look for longs after the break of this, and we did break. We have a second break of a high in here. So beautifully. Yeah, this was actually maybe a pattern that you can see happening, and maybe there's an opportunity to look for a long in there. I usually don't trade these mid flags, let's call it mid range in here, but it's something that maybe I'll start implementing it, because it's something that I see, which is we just broke a high in here on the left side. We created this new low after this strong move up. We have this compression, we have the break to the upside, and this low again respected this low in here. After the break of this high, you can start looking for longs somewhere in there. Just before the news actually, then you have the CPI data coming out on the cut and the big move to the upside. But yes, I was no longer looking for a sell in here, and actually quite nicely price actually just got a really nice impulse up to the upside in there. So let's see what's next on the cut. But yes, today I may still look for some opportunity for a sell. If I see a little bit of weakness, I want to see maybe a little bit of compression, I will be starting following these lows that are being created, and if I see them being broken, maybe an extra fake out and maybe a move to the downside, or maybe price will just actually react from there. Let's see what's going to happen. But nice move on the cut. It has been kind of the only major FX that has been moving quite with some good momentum. All the rest has been kind of ranging all this time, reacting from here, which is still a fresh zone. Yep, fresh supply in there. Neither this side, neither this side reacted from there, and it's still a fresh zone, as you can see. Nice zone for price to bounce from. Yep, nice zone. Yeah, that's cut. Euro dollar. It's going to be interesting to see. A little bit similar to the DXY. We still have these lows in here that I'll be looking at. It's something that I mentioned last Saturday, and it's a zone that I will still be looking to see how price is going to behave in there. Are you going to completely break through, or are you going to just kind of use all this range as a zone to break it and then maybe resume to the upside? So let's see what's going to happen in here. What I mentioned on Saturday was this level in here, where actually price reacted to, and because actually price not just respected this level, it actually went to the zone above, which on a higher time frame it looks like it's an engulfed downside. I can see the supply on 1 minute. Again, it's aligned with that gap in there, so it was a really nice reaction. I saw a lot of people got this short on the euro, the London Open. So congrats to you guys. Yeah, it was literally a break in here, opening space. It was a nice setup. But looking at the higher time frame, this may look like a potential engulf up. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm curious to see how price is going to react somewhere in there. I've been waiting for the break of these lows for quite a while, and hopefully it's going to happen. Yeah, maybe even today or tomorrow for sure. For potential longs on the euro. Again, actually looking at the bigger picture, higher time frame, I've been mentioned a few times, I would like to see euro still going all the way to the below these lows, and we still have a demand zone in there as well that is still fresh. Price can still go there. That zone is around 0.975, and the other one that I've been kind of looking for, it will be below 0.96. Doesn't mean that price is going to go there tomorrow. It's a zone that on a higher time frame, I wouldn't be surprised if the euro just continues to go farther down. But let's see. There's literally space in here below this low until the next level. I want to see that zone being filled. That's what I'm been aiming to on the euro. Yeah. Pound, it was a little bit similar. I think I mentioned last Tuesday, maybe something like that, maybe this was a good still zone in there. this quasi mode in there. As you can see, it was not respected on the way down. It was respected on the way up, somewhere in there, right? It went really to the extreme of this supply zone. Still used all these highs in there at liquidity, and actually maybe this would have been the confirmation. So yeah, even within all these ranges, there was maybe some good opportunities. Yeah, I've personally, hasn't been a good first 2 days of the week. I haven't really caught anything interesting in the market. Let's see if these walls are broken, which I think they will be. I don't think there's any reason for price to create a triple bottom in here and to go higher. I think these walls are going to be broken, and after that we'll see what the pound will do. Since I cannot see anything on the left side, I'll just be waiting and playing on the sidelines. Aussie, it's again another one that I kind of been waiting or looking for price to continue and break these lows, and it's about to. Let's see if it does. If it does break these lows, yep, taking out that liquidity below this below, and let's see what's next on the Aussie. So that zone has been kind of already had a good reaction from there. I think there's still kind of maybe some demand in there that can be used either somewhere in here, or then the price goes further down a little bit more underneath that level that is still fresh. So we will see. Has price touch this one on the weekly? No, price hasn't touched that one. Maybe that could be a good zone for price to maybe react from, or somewhere in there. This one. Let's see. I'm curious. I'll be looking for any potential reaction, but then I want to see how price moves away from that level. I want to see how price moves away from that level. To be honest, I would have liked to see actually this high actually being broken, or actually some of these highs being broken before maybe the move to downside and the fake out. I'll be much happier if I had seen that zone being taken, showing a little bit more of intention to go higher. At this point, we just kind of respected this level. For me, this is not exactly an engulf of nothing, of the break of this high. So yeah, interesting to see what's going to happen in there. It's another one. Yep, Euro Aussie has been compressing in here. After the break of the size, which we're compressing all the way there, and I could still see a little bit more maybe move to the upside on the Euro Aussie. Just the same way that Euro Aussie is kind of creating out this zone in there. Maybe when the Aussie breaks those lows, maybe Euro Aussie eventually is going to break. It's going to break these highs. Yeah, strong range in there. Yeah, nothing much. Yeah, nothing much at all. The yen, we broke this highs today. We kind of, on this time frame, we broke this one as well. On the lower time frame, price actually kind of reacted from still from this zone in here. I was looking for price to go, and expecting after the break of this size, maybe for price to, especially after the second break. Because the first break, okay, it's normal to see some kind of fake out happening after the first time that the high is broken. Fake out, retest something, just retested this demand zone, and price went up. But on the second time, actually, I was expecting this high already to have a little bit more of momentum, and maybe start retesting these next levels. But no, it still stayed underneath this zone, or yeah, somewhere in there. So let's see, a lot of range moves on the on our yen. Yeah, Euro yen, actually, it was one that I was looking for a potential sell, which was somewhere in there after price kind of faking out this level. I really like the compression on the way up. We had already actually kind of broken something in there. Even this move down, strong move down, kind of, and then a big rejection to the upside. That's usually a good movement, for then price kind of just fake out this structure and then turn. Price reacted underneath it, maybe just, yeah, it retested this low, this line in there. It never really reached kind of the supply zone in there. So yeah, just sidelines. Even in here with this nice confirmation after that high, price broke it. Yeah, maybe I should have just looked for it here and not wait for price to still go a little bit higher. Yeah, it would have been, yeah, kind of 10 pips more to the upside. Never happened. But yeah, this is the kind of setups that I like to try to find out with this kind of approach. You can see the compression, can see some breaks of lows already even before you reach to the final zone, and you can see victory with space. And it's a matter of actually where price is reacting to. Just the base of the SR zone is going to react, or the supply. Yeah, it's a matter of where price is reacting. Is going to react from. Even nice reaction, a nice PI after the reaction from the zone. Yeah, there's the potential for price to maybe go there and react. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was looking for on the end. We haven't really broken that level, and we did broke these lows. So there is a potential for, in a higher time frame, for price to actually move way farther down. There's maybe something in there as well, and this one here. Yeah, from here I wouldn't be surprised if price just goes and creates new lows. Creating now kind of these middle highs in here, leaving kind of the extreme still for the future. If that's the case for the end, to actually kind of have a deeper retrace and move down from here. We also have all these highs in here, nice left shoulders. Maybe something aligned in there can be a possibility. But yes, I would like to see now new lows being created. Eventually then in the future, price would go up and check out these guys, and maybe have the potential to do this. Yeah, let's see what the Euro Yen is going to do. Yeah, a lot of mistrades from my side. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of frustration. Yeah, dollar franc Swiss, it's another one. You kind of see this engulf down in here. Maybe this fresh supply, this supply in here was still fresh. Yeah, maybe that could have been a really nice setup. This is a 1 minute time frame. On the bigger picture, I was not really a big fan. I could see maybe the first reaction, but I'm not really a big fan of where price is reacting from, and I'm actually looking for maybe price to continue to go higher. That's why I was not even looking for any trade in there. If we just consider what we can see in here, if this was just the only thing that we could see, yes, we do have this double low, and we have, just before we move up, actually create even a triple low, and then we have the fake out. There's no reason for price to break these lows if eventually doesn't really want to continue to go down. So this works for me as an engulf to the downside, and then yes, look for the extreme. Yep, literally this high never really touched the lows in here, so this becomes kind of the good zone to look for. We have these left shoulders in here, this about top, few spikes in here, this may be already compressed, and then the reaction in there. So this could have been a nice, maybe a nice sell in there to look for that setup on dollar franc Swiss. Yeah, retest these lows, and then eventually maybe you can see maybe those continue to go or being broken. But yeah, I didn't like where price is reacting to on the left side, so I even ignored completely. I didn't even look for a setup in there. Yeah, anything else that maybe we can look at? Gold is creating created that double top. We last week, as everyone knows, we just broke this major level of support. Personally, if they just continue to live, there's a potential for price to fake out this double top in here, and then maybe continue to the downside. I have this other level of previous support in there in a smaller scale, so there's a potential. Just literally created this double top in there. Even if you create a new low, maybe tomorrow during the news there's maybe some kind of spike, go spike there, and then maybe continuation to the downside, or maybe just a spike in there. Even if price actually reacts from a good level somewhere in there, retest, and then maybe go higher, and that may work as an engulfing here. It's going to be interesting to see what the gold is going to do. But this double top in here with the Fed tomorrow, I think it's going to be interesting to see these guys being taken, especially because kind of the supply that literally created the break of those of that strong support zone is still fresh. So why not looking for price to go there? Yeah, just reacting from the support to the base of this, and yeah, maybe somewhere in there could be interesting for gold to go there. Yeah, Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? I have this big gap in here. It's annoying. Today it woke up moving lower. Just took this last supply in there. Yep, we do have this we had this compression here. There's this demand being taken by this. This one never really reacted from there, this low, but this one did. So it took the demand from there. Let's see if we do break this low, maybe there's potential for price to continue to go further down, and maybe some reaction from there, or eventually it can just continue, and let's see if it goes a little bit further down. Nice reaction from this previous level of resistance. Yeah, let's see if you do create new lows on the continuation to the downside from here. And then Bitcoin. Yep, Bitcoin, it's literally reacting from the last zone where there is still orders inside there. This is the last zone where I would consider there is still orders. Price reacted and it had a really nice reaction from there. It needs to break this level to show kind of indication that may wants to go further up. But let's see how price reacts somewhere in here, if it uses some kind of these left shoulders for something, or eventually we are going to have new lows being created on Bitcoin, because this literally is for me the last zone with some orders in there. Yeah, somewhere in here, it's maybe even a small KM in there. That price kind of reacted now in the future. Yeah, below this, I think price is just free to create new lower lows for the year. That's it, guys. Yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for taking the time to watch another live stream. Let me know in the comments if you got any value from it. If you are looking at what is your bias for tomorrow for FOMC, are you looking for the dollar to go go up or down, and the indices as well, right? Expecting new lows or not, or a reversal. So that's going to be interesting. And then of course even Thursday, straight away the day after, there's going to be even more movement as well. So if you are looking for to trade pound, for example, it's going to be interesting because you may have a big move tomorrow, and then kind of 12 hours afterwards you may have another really big move. So let's see if the pound is going to create some kind of lows for the week during this week, and maybe reverse and start to go higher, or if it's eventually just continue to create new lows and to get weaker and weaker. Going to be interesting to see. Again, looking at this level on the euro dollar, around somewhere around those lows. The same on the DXY, looking at the highs, and see. Let's see if you're going to create new lows, or if by any chance this low is going to hold price and it's going to be any kind of long opportunity from here. So that's going to be interesting to analyze. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, so that's it for me. I'll see you guys now next Saturday for another live stream. Hey Tolu, welcome to the live stream, man. Welcome. Yep, we discussed about the cut today. Nice trade that you took yesterday. And yeah, there you go. It just continues to go higher. So there was no new short, but maybe with your setup, maybe that second leg move to look for the long somewhere in here. I don't know if there was or not, but maybe on 1 hour time frame, maybe it could have caught something in there. Yeah. Let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, man, nice to see you here. Right, I'll see you tomorrow, and the rest I will see you guys Saturday. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much. Obrigado.